In 2025, Mercedes needed to replace the greatest Formula One driver of all time. 7 world championships, 103 race wins, the most decorated driver in the history of the sport. They replaced him with an 18-year-old from Bologna who had been in their junior program since he was 12. His name is Andrea Kimi Antonelli. This is his life.
You are 7 years old. You grow up in Bologna, Italy.
You sit in a cart for the first time at 2 years old. You cannot reach the pedals. Your father sits behind you and works the throttle while you steer. This is your earliest memory. By 7, you race properly. You start winning immediately. Not sometimes. Immediately. This becomes the pattern. At 12, Mercedes signs you to their junior program. Not as a prospect, as a certainty. Toto Wolff has been watching your data for 2 years. You win the FIA Karting European Championship. You are 13. You win it again. Back-to-back FIA Karting European Champions. You are 14. The Italian media has been calling you the next Hamilton for 2 years. You do not read the articles. You have now won more karting titles than most professional racing drivers win in their entire careers. You are done with karts. You will never race one again. Formula 4. Prima Racing. You are 15. In your first full single-seater season, you win 13 races from 20 starts in the Italian F4 Championship. You also win the ADAC Formula 4 title in Germany. 9 wins from 15 starts. You are competing in 2 championships simultaneously in 2 countries and winning both. Formula Regional. You win the European Championship. You win the Middle East Championship. Mercedes decides you are ready to skip Formula 3 entirely. This does not happen. Then it happens to you. Formula 2. You are 17, going on 18. The youngest driver in the series. The F2 car is the hardest car you have ever driven. The first test, you are slower than you have ever been relative to your competitors. By Silverstone, you win your first F2 race. A sprint race on a wet track at the home of British motorsport. 2 weeks later, you win again in Hungary and become the youngest multiple race winner in Formula 2 history. Then Monza, September 2024. Free practice 1 for Mercedes. Your first time in an actual Formula 1 car in a race weekend. You crash. Barrier at Parabolica. Heavy impact. The car is significantly damaged. The next morning, Mercedes announce you as their 2025 driver, replacing Lewis Hamilton. Toto Wolff's explanation. The crash was data. The data said you were still the right choice. You are 18 years old. You are the Mercedes Formula One driver. Your race number is 12. You chose it because it was Ayrton Senna's number in his early championship years. Senna is your idol. You carry him with you without making a speech about it. Melbourne, Australian Grand Prix 2025. The third youngest driver to start an F1 Grand Prix in the history of the sport. The 2 younger were Max Verstappen and Lance Stroll. Floor damage in qualifying puts you 16th on the grid. In the race, the conditions change. You read the conditions better than drivers who have been doing this for a decade. You finish 4th. Japan. Suzuka. You lead the Grand Prix. You are 18 years old and you are leading a Formula One race at Suzuka. You set the fastest lap of the race. You become the youngest driver in history to lead an F1 Grand Prix. Miami. Sprint qualifying. Pole position. The youngest driver to claim any kind of pole position in 75 years of Formula One. Canada. Montreal. Your first Formula One podium. Third place. You stand on the rostrum and spray champagne, and at some point during the ceremony, you think about the karting track in Bologna, and it lasts about 3 seconds, and then you focus on the post-race debrief. Then 7 consecutive races without a points finish. A suspension failure. A strategy that doesn't work. Errors that a more experienced driver might not make. Errors that you will not make again because you learned things once. Toto Wolff publicly calls your Imola performance underwhelming. This is the team principal of your employer saying this to the press. You respond by going to Spa the following weekend and qualifying third. Brazil. Interlagos. Sprint race podium. Second. Grand Prix qualifying. Second on the grid, front row. Grand Prix. Second place finish. You become the highest scoring rookie in Formula One history. You beat the record on a circuit that Ayrton Senna made his own. You wear the number 12 he wore. You do not say this out loud in the post-race interview, but everyone who knows, knows.
End of 2025. 150 points. Third on the podium in Canada, P2 in Brazil. Highest scoring Formula One rookie in the history of the sport. You are 19. You are also only 6 points behind Lewis Hamilton's 2025 Ferrari total. This detail is mentioned often. You do not mention it. Australia, second place. A Mercedes 1-2 with George Russell winning. The season begins quietly. China, Shanghai, qualifying, pole position. You set the fastest lap in the circuit's history. You are 19 years, 6 months, and 17 days old. You break Sebastian Vettel's record as the youngest Grand Prix pole sitter in Formula One history. You convert the pole to victory. The first Italian winner of a Formula One Grand Prix since Giancarlo Fisichella at the 2006 Malaysian Grand Prix. 5 months before you were born. Suzuka, Japan. Another pole, another win. You become the youngest driver to lead the Formula One World Championship in the history of the sport. Miami. A third consecutive pole. A third consecutive win. You are 19 years old and you have won 3 Formula One races in a row. You are 19. You are leading the Formula One World Championship. You have been racing since before you can properly remember. You grew up in a family that breathed motorsport. You have never known a weekend without a race somewhere in your calendar. The comparisons to Hamilton, to Senna, to Verstappen come every week. You respond to them by going out on Saturday and being faster than everyone. The number 12. Senna wore it when he won his first championship in 1988. You chose it at 16 when you won FRECA. You have worn it in every category since. It is on your helmet. It is on your car. It is the number you will be when you win your first world championship. When, not if. You know this. You have known this since you were 2 years old in a cart in Bologna with your feet not reaching the pedals. There are 19-year-olds watching this video right now who are the same age as the current championship leader of Formula One. Let that settle.